Hello guys, I'm back. Thanks for tuning in to Dayna of All Trades. Apparently the only videos I'm making for this channel these days are Julian update videos. It's pretty much taking over my whole life, so I guess that makes sense. This is the third installment of Recruit Training Update. A lot has happened since the last video. The very first thing is that Julian completed the crucible, which was a huge milestone for him. He got his Eagle Globe and Anchor, and he got a phone call, and he chose to call his dad, and who is also a Marine, and he just wanted to share that moment with him, which I understand. But shortly after that, he got a phone call that weekend, so I was able to talk to him for like 30 minutes that day, and he just told me all about the journey that was the crucible and how hard it was. But then at the end, he's like, but it was fun. And I'm like, this does not sound fun at all. And he's like, this has been the experience the whole time. Like, everything is grueling and painful and soul crushing. And he's like, but then when it's over, I'm like, oh, that was fun. Just that experience of like doing something really hard and pushing your body to the limit, and like the camaraderie of like all your brothers supporting you. It's just an experience that I can only imagine that he's feeling, and I just hear the words in which he is expressing them, but I'm sure I don't even understand the gravity of it because I have never experienced it myself. Shortly after my last video, we found out that they actually opened graduation up, so we were allowed to go to graduation, but each Marine got 2 tickets. And so because Julian's dad is active duty military, he can go without a ticket and all his dependents. So then we used the 2 tickets that Julian got for me and my husband. Graduation was like 2 weeks ago, and I wish I could go back. It went by so fast. Being on base, being at the graduation, it just gave me such a newfound respect for the gravity of what he's doing. We're entering base right now. I cannot believe this is happening today. There were some morning activities. There were like some stands to buy merch, and they had morning colors, but all morning long, you're just so anxious to like see your Marine.
All right, friends, we're here. We've been here all morning. We have our seats saved. We watched the morning colors. We're in our Marine swag. Now all we need is our Marine. I'm so excited.
We were waiting in the stands for like an hour and a half before the graduation even started. But it was so nice because there was like a camaraderie that was built with all the moms. And it was just like, even throughout this whole experience, I felt like the moms in the Facebook group like understood what I was going through more than anybody. And this was like the manifestation of that. It was like just this group of women. I mean, there were moms and dads too, but it's just a difference with like a mother and a son. And like all these women just felt my feels. And I have never felt more seen or understood. We just understood each other so much without even saying it. Like the way that they would look at me and I would look at them, it's like we knew each other our whole lives. Before the graduation starts, you see the Marines lining up so far, like a football field down. And the mom in front of me just like grabs my legs and she's like, looks at me and she's like, oh my God, they're over there. Like we just all like, I don't know, we shared that moment together, and we all, I keep saying the word understanding because that's just what it was. Like we just had an understanding of what each other were feeling, and to share that moment, it felt right. It felt like uncomplicated, and it was so nice. It was such a blessing.
Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with steeled resolve.
He's marching, but then we knew like his platoon, so we knew where to look for him. But when he walked by so fast, and like it's just, we were so far from them that like I didn't see him. Let me preface this with like, I'm such a crier. You guys probably know I am such a crier. So I assumed that on this day I would be wrecked. So I didn't even wear mascara. I'm like, I just know I'm gonna be crying all day. Surprisingly, I didn't. I only cried twice, and this was one of the times when they marched by and I couldn't see him and everybody with me saw him except for me. I was like full on panic mode. And I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't see him. I don't even recognize my own son. And then so I started crying, and then his dad came over and he was like, it's okay. They're gonna march right back around and your son is gonna come and he's gonna stand right here and he's gonna be right in front of you. And I was like, okay, cool, let me calm down. So after he walked by and I didn't see him, he did march right back around and he stood in front of me, and he was like the first one in his row too. So he was in the front. I could see him for like the majority of the ceremony, and it was just amazing. I cried a lot during that moment, and it was just, I don't know, it was so beautiful, and I was just so proud, and I could tell that he was so proud. He was so precise in all his movements, and I could tell he just took the whole experience very seriously.
Congratulations, Marines. Semper Fidelis, and welcome to our Corps.
After the graduation was over, Miles, his dad, like, you know, told me, he was like, go get your son. And I just thought that was so gracious to let me like go be the first to hug him. They all break from formation, turn around, put their masks on, and I couldn't find him. Like, it was a shit show. It was just a mess of people all hugging their loved ones, just stopped in the middle, and then so many Marines being like, exit, exit.
I don't see him.
He's gonna come find us.
So many parents just like rushed the pavement to get their kids. And I was so anxious just standing there. I couldn't calm myself all day, really, like in the car checking in. I told my husband, I'm like, I think I'm gonna throw up. Like, I'm just so nervous. I'm so anxious. Like, I'm so close to my son. I can feel his presence here, and I just like want him. So it felt like forever. It was probably like 3 minutes of like searching for him through the crowd. Impossible to find him. They're all in the same uniform. They're all got the hats covering their eyes and their masks. So it's like all you can literally see of people is their eyes. And then it's just like crowds of people. I walked out of the bleacher area and I remember I saw him. It was literally like a scene from a movie. It's like the end of every rom-com where they meet at the airport and the people are shuffling by like this and the camera just focuses on the person that you see. It was like that, like laser focused across the crowd. I just see his eyes. I will never, ever, ever forget this look. And it's nothing that I can explain to anybody. It's just like a moment of like being reunited with my son. His eyes met my eyes across these crowds of people. And through his mask, I could tell that he was smiling. And then like, I couldn't get to him fast enough. I just like pointed at him. I was like, you, like, I'm looking for you. Where were you? And then like, I just rushed around people and then I went and hugged him. And then I cried. And I just hugged him a lot. I don't even remember what I said to him. I think I said congrats, or I'm proud of you, or I love you, I missed you. I don't know, something along those lines, or all of those things. I don't know. And then I just remember like a couple times like releasing the hug so that like he could say hi to everybody else, and he just like pulled me tighter. It was great. It was such an experience. It was such a relief that he was okay, he did it, we were together. So many feelings. After that, we got to spend the rest of the day with him. It was just so good to be back in his presence, and like he just like had such an aura about him. Like he was so proud and he was so excited to share all of his adventures, and like he didn't speak on any of them like as if he was wrecked or sad or traumatized or anything. Like even the hardest parts, he spoke of it as like so proud of like having completed that experience. At one point he was like, is there any more food? And we were like, well, we can order more food. So I ended up, our pre-ordered food was like fajitas and chicken, and he ate like all that. And then I ended up going and getting him like a burger and a pasta, and he ended up eating like all of that. And like he eats like a bird. So it was crazy to just see him like inhale all this food. And then we just walked around and took lots of pictures and just spent a little bit of time together. We didn't do anything interesting. We just enjoyed each other's company. And then towards the end, his dad ended up leaving just to give us some time together with me and my husband and my son. So then we FaceTimed some family. We just walked around the base. We took pictures. We recorded a TikTok. And then we ended up leaving like a half an hour earlier just so that he could like have some time to himself too. I just wanted to give him some time to like be on his phone, check his Instagram, text his friends. He wanted to like show the other Marines like photos and stuff. So we just wanted to give him some time to like be a kid for a little bit. That was that. And that was 2 weeks ago. And so right after that, he went to MCT school, which is in Oceanside, and it's more training, Marine combat training. And he's there for such a brief moment of time that I don't even have an address to send him anything right now. He was supposed to get his phone on the weekends, but 2 weekends went by and he didn't get his phone. I definitely thought he was going to get his phone for Mother's Day, but that didn't happen. And so I am back to just like being in the dark. This is just the cycle. No information, lots of waiting. I don't know. I'm sure he's fine. I don't know where he's going next. I don't know when he's going to his next place. I don't know anything. So just lots of more unknown, lots of waiting. I feel like it's not as hard right now because I know that it's only 3 weeks. And then once he goes to his school, he'll at least get his phone and we'll be able to have like phone conversations. I don't know how soon I'll be able to go and see him. I don't know where he'll even be. Maybe Virginia. I don't know. It's a bit frustrating, like trying to make any plans or trying to like see the light of like when is the next time that we could like spend substantial time together when there is just no information. Forever frustrating. That's the update now. I cannot believe that this whole chapter went by so fast. Although I imagine it's not over. He's still enlisted for 4 years as of now, and I'm sure he'll be deployed at some point, or even when he's away at school, I'm sure I'm gonna miss him a lot. So it's crazy, but it's nice to have a milestone and have it something complete and checked. And so now I'm just looking forward to the next time we could be together. For graduation, I had a bunch of close family members make a video message for him and he loved it so much. So that was so nice, and it was just so reassuring to know that we have so much love in our life. So many people that care about him, checked in on him, and just really wanted to share that moment with him and send their congratulations, and it meant a lot. So as always, thank you to my support system that is unwavering, and thank you guys for listening to the update. I'll let you know more when I know more. Before you go, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.